Hello and hi, welcome to Yedidia Shofet.net and welcome to our special edition part 2 of Pesach. So this year, 2014, I just wanted to share with you another idea that you can share around the table. And that is, we still didn't touch the Haggadah yet, but we're still on the introduction. And I'll try to move along a little bit quicker in the next few video series. But today, we're going to talk about one more aspect about Chametz. Chametz, we know it as the leavened bread. But also many times it talks about what chametz is for us, meaning that there is a certain type of exterior or interior chametz that has to be thrown out, especially from Pesach. Basically, to go out into freedom, a person has to give out many of his heavy desires that basically don't let him become free, but keep him as a slave. For instance, that a person wants to become free, certain habits don't let him become free. He's not able to act as he wishes, or he's not able to do something good because his habits are holding him back. That habit is like a chametz. That's how you would want to understand it. So when we go out in order to burn the chametz, those unleavened pieces of bread, we say a little small tefillah. I'll just read it to you in English. And it says, just like we destroyed this chametz from our house and burnt it, we also pray to you, Hashem, that you merit us to destroy the evil inclination from our midst always. Basically, for us, in order to destroy our evil inclination. However, something very interesting is that, what does that mean, to destroy our evil inclination? So, Chachamim, they talk about what is an evil inclination. So they give a very beautiful parable. They explain, there was one time a guy, he was a farmer. Now, where do farmers usually keep their animals? They keep them in a coop, they usually keep them in the barn, they keep them out in the ranch. So this farmer, sometimes, what did he do? He had his chickens, and he's like, let me try to have my chickens in the house. What harm could that do? And he brought the chickens to the house. When the chickens came to the house, they destroyed the place. The place looked like a disaster. All over the place, you could just imagine what it smelled like. You can imagine what happened to all the glass in the house. Everything shattered all over the place. And the Chachamim say that, this is exactly what evil inclination is. How? How so? He says, evil inclination, if you just let it flow within you, without any chicken coop, without any gates, without any boundaries, what happened? It destroys everything. And before you know it, it makes you uninhabitable. And it makes you feel as if that, oh my gosh, look at me, I'm a disaster. However, Chachamim say that evil inclination is also a good thing. How? How can you possibly say Yetzer Hara, the bad inclination, the evil inclination is also a good thing? So the Chachamim, the sages, say something very beautiful. Evil inclination doesn't just mean a bad trait. It means a trait that can be used in a bad way. For instance, the Yetzer Hara, for instance, a person has a strong sense of jealousy. He's a jealous person. He goes out, somebody, he walks towards the street, and somebody looks at his wife. So he's not looking at his wife, rather he sees his wife's purse is falling, and he wanted to help. However, this guy, he's a very jealous guy. Immediately he wants to beat the living daylights out of this guy. He can't stand it. He's always jealous of everything. He sees somebody else has a new car, he wants that car. He sees somebody else has this, he wants this. He sees somebody else looking at him in a certain way, he becomes jealous in his own standards. So a person like this, you would think that's the worst possible thing, that he can have a trait of jealousy. But if you look at him a little bit further, and you say that, wow, he has a great trait. Then you think, are you crazy? How could he have a great trait? Because imagine he was jealous of a Talmid Chacham. He was jealous of a great sage, of a rabbi, about how much Torah he knows, about how much he's able to learn, about how much he's able to work on himself to be a better person. If he had that feeling of jealousy towards that, what happens then? Then he's going to want to say, I want that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make sure that I can have that. So he's going to become jealous, and he's going to use his jealousy to become a better person. That's how you can say jealousy. Another one is that you can say like honor. So now, honor is a very difficult thing to talk about, because honor is pride. Now, what do I mean? A person has pride. He's not willing to listen to anyone. He always thinks he's right. He always thinks that it's always a problem. However, if he can use that pride to his advantage, for instance, he's doing the mitzvot, and people are saying, what are you wasting your time for with these mitzvot, with these good deeds? But he says, no, I know that this is good for me. What happens? He does it in the end. He doesn't put down his tefillin to say, what am I doing with these black boxes? But understands that, wow, that these black boxes, that these phylacteries, that these tefillin have so much value, so much worth. He uses that pride for a perfect tool. That is exactly about what it means for a evil inclination. And the last one is that most of us have is desire. Desire can mean towards money. Desire can mean towards different pleasures of the earth. But when you use desire, for instance, look, you have a desire, I don't know, let's say you have a desire for a certain type of food. This food is very expensive, and all day long you're just spending your money on this food, on this food, on this food all day long. Or you have a desire for, there's a celebrity, he has a desire for dinosaur bones. He spends his fortune, hundreds of thousands of dollars on these little dinosaur bones. Now what happens there? He's wasting his money, and it's all stupidity. In the end, what he's going to turn back and say, what did I need all this for? But all this desire, it's a drive. Now the thing is, if you're able to take that drive, that desire, and you're able to turn it into a positive trait, like, I have a desire in order to help a person, run after someone in order to give him tzedakah, run after a person, he sees he's down, he sees he's depressed, and he's able to bring him back up, that is a desire that is well worth it. That is an evil inclination, that desire that is towards other places, that he's able to use that desire for a good purpose. All these things, that's why it's called Yetzer Hara, Yetzer HaTov. If you look at the name, Yetzer Hara means evil inclination, and Yetzer HaTov means good inclination. It's not like they have two completely different names. Rather, it's just Tov and Hara. It all depends about how you look at it, how you're going to use it. So by Pesach, when we start off coming back to the beginning, that when we start off our Pesach and we want to remove the chametz, and we want to take out these bad evil inclinations, we want to take out the bad traits out of us. But we want to keep our special tools to use them for only good things. That ultimately, that what we thought was bad will only be good, and by using those good traits, we'll be able to make a great impression around the table for Pesach. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow for Pesach Part 3. Thank you again.